I'm gonna leave it to this. Especially during the holidays.
All right.
Make
So I believe that we are live. For the sake of my intro, let's see if I can just switch the screen. All right. So for those that don't know, 1 Million Cups is a weekly event started by the Calvin Foundation and is currently held in more than 130 communities across the nation with the goal of caffeinating entrepreneurs nationwide every Wednesday. And every Wednesday, those communities meet to give each other support, encouragement, and feedback over a cup of coffee. Our community meets here at Rome in the town of Charlotte every Wednesday morning from 9 to 10. And 1 or 2 early stage startups will present their companies to a diverse audience of their peers, mentors, educators, and advisors. Before we get things started, though, I just want to acknowledge and thank our community sponsors, Rome, for providing this beautiful space. The name is aptly named Inspire. I wish everybody could see what we are all looking at. My incredible staff at Chase Hunter Design for volunteering their time and resources to organize and promote this event. Edwin Jarvis for the high quality flyers that we were able to distribute around town. And of course, Counterculture Coffee for providing the coffee. We had 2 people scheduled this morning, but apparently one of them had to bow out to a family emergency. I understand that the person who will be joining us is William Moran with Paratus Consultants, an accounting, business development, corporate training business. Paratus exists with the mission to make you and your business ready for success. At the end of his 6 minutes, he will be asked, what can we as your community do for you? Which will start the Q&A portion of the program. Normally that's limited to 20 minutes, but because we only have 1 presenter today, we will not be keeping time and we'll enjoy some networking before and after. So with that, I'm going to switch the camera view back to the board.
Yeah.
Wait for William to arrive.
Like.
So.
All right.
I could not find my one. But it was good. It was great. No, it's really bad. We were tied 3-3. Hard loss, yeah. And then like we were so close to making the chase parties, and it was like after the game, none of us usually get a year after.
Yeah.
We're all just like talking and stuff. Anybody want to get a beer? No.
Oh,
It was fun.
it's too bad.
It's just so fun.
Okay. So small.
I'm really confused about how, what the problem is here. Apparently our presenter is logged in, but not to this room. So confused.
So we changed the link had at some point changed.
I mean, when I create the Zoom, they were sharp keys just probably
just so that once you retire, you don't. Yeah.
Cool. Selena's joining. Good morning, Selima. I think it says connected to audio, so you might not hear it.
Since I met back in 2006. April.
What was there in 2002? And that was before technology changed. They started attracting so I got to see it before it started changing.
All right, great. Thank you.
Hi, Isaiah. Isaiah, I think your Zoom is, there you go. How are you? Good morning.
I'm doing well. How are you guys?
Doing great. I apologize. I thought somebody else was in person. So really quickly, I'll just cue, I talked about the other person. So this morning, our presenter is Isaiah Cole with Pool Rides, a world-class defining global connectivity and community service accessibility through the all-in-one universal network platform. Did I say that right?
You did indeed. Couldn't have said it any better myself.
Well, I mean, I did just read what you wrote, so good job there. Isaiah, I'm gonna go ahead and make you the host. That way you can share your screen.
Okay, great.
And I'm just gonna go slide you over onto the big screen.
Wonderful. Okay.
1 second.
I think
before
I'm
you,
back now.
Give me 1 second before you get started to just double check that.
Yeah, no worries.
Good on Facebook, because I see myself still at the moment. I want to make sure that. Live. Yes, everyone can see that. When you talk, they can see. Excellent. All right, man. Well, welcome to Atlanta South. This is our community down here in Fayetteville, Georgia. And we are happy to have you this morning. I am going to turn it over to you. I'm excited to hear about what you built.
Great, thank you. And before I commence, just want to make sure, are you guys able to see my screen and at least see the intro slide?
Yes.
Wonderful. Okay, great. Well, my name is Isaiah Cole. I'm the founder of Pool, and it is with great pleasure to give you guys an inside look at the new era of global connectivity and commerce. We're forever changing how the world comes together and how organizations operate with the inception of the first ever global plaza, the Universal Network. The Universal Network presides to reroute the intersection between digitization and community services, which is led by industry giants like Uber, DoorDash, and Instacart. With each of these platforms, they all share a similar business model that profits from taking anywhere from 40 to 80% commission off of every user-to-user transaction, consequently leaving the gig workers with just measly crumbs, as many of them are making anywhere from 30 to 50% commission. And that's also due to the fact that each of their gigs are being determined by the platform's algorithms. Similarly, too, consumers' fate is dictated by the platform's algorithms, as their fares are programmed to fluctuate based on supply and demand, leaving fares to be incalculable and oftentimes unaffordable. And that goes alongside with there being no personalization or optimization control for accommodations. As for corporations and merchants partnered with these platforms, they're suffering from hefty profit losses of 10 to 30% for every transaction on their platforms. And that goes along with extremely excessive, hefty setup fees to partner with these platforms. Our solution is the universal solution to each of the previously mentioned complications and some of the most pressing matters of today, the Universal Network. At the core of the Universal Network is our one-of-a-kind matchmaking system, SMS. SMS is built off of the constructs, is transforming the constructs of search engine and turning it into a global locator that allows for users to get instantly matched with whatever they may need. The power of SMS is on full display at our global networking hub, Pool Connect. Pool Connect quite literally puts the world at the fingertips of every user with our immersive discovery map. And when you're on Pool Connect, you can utilize SMS to instantly get connected with people, points of interest, and services across the world that best match it mass match your profile, as well as each of the SMS's intuitive request settings. Once users are linked up, they can instantly connect with our on-demand transportation epicenter, InstaTransit. InstaTransit allows for users to book on-demand transportation that's completely customizable, and they can choose from riding with our fleet of first-class transporters or with our network of private transportation agencies. All of our rides with our fleet of transporters retain 100% commission in the transporters' pockets, as well as all of our transporters are actually independent vendors who work freely and create their own conditions and have the ability to select their gigs, as well as choose from gigs not just from in the transportation sector, but customizable gigs set by our consumers as well. Similarly, organizations have the luxury of retaining 100% commission, as each of our organizations are given their own digital storefront to manage their operations in real time, as well as expand their services globally. Eventually, we're going to expand and offer Pool Events, a live event marketplace that will integrate seamlessly with InstaTransit and Pool Connect. And we're soon going to instate the first ever mobile healthcare facility, Pool Care, which will allow for healthcare agencies to manage their patient affairs in real time, as well as allow for patients to be able to locate and get matched with healthcare providers and services near them, best matching to them in their situation. Within the near future, we're also going to instate the Universal Token, our emission-free blockchain ecosystem that's going to allow for brick and mortar crypto transacting, and as well house our NFT metaverse marketplace and showcase Carvo. The Universal Network is a cross-vertical platform seeping into multiple billion-dollar industries, netting us a TAM of over $100 billion. Our two biggest competitors are two of the biggest tech powerhouses, Uber and Lyft. And with each of them, they've both severely underperformed, as they've both been unprofitable for the past couple of years, as well as to Uber's respect. They both have been suffering from high driver turnover, and Uber's respectively has a retention rate of only 66% for each of their drivers. With us, we're creating our own landscape that allows for everyone to win. As mentioned earlier, each of our transporters are independent vendors, which means they retain 100% commission and operate as autonomous entities. And in doing so, that allows for us to have our fares to be affordable and economical for consumers. And in the same breath, we avoid the unprofitability woes that our competitors have been suffering with by avoiding unit economics and netting our revenue from multiple recurring revenue streams, such as our subscriptions that extend to our independent vendors, as well as our subscriptions that allow for organizations and consumers to have tailored solutions. The window for the arrival of the Universal Network is impeccable due to the climate of due to the current climate of the economy. Millions have been laid off or remain unemployed, and that's amidst the time where the cost of living has risen exponentially, as well as transit fares. And we're at a time too where mediums that many would consider as side hustles have become unprecedentedly unrewarding. We're so honored to be honorary members of the Atlanta startup ecosystem, so much so that we are even interested in possibly relocating over our headquarters from Central Florida to Atlanta. For those who are interested in networking or discussing partnerships, you can contact us at info@poolrides.com, and that also extends to those who are looking to negotiate investment terms to participate in our pre-seed round. We're also Sorry, that came on unexpectedly. We're also so excited to be a part of this, so much so that we've brought along a demo video for you guys. So without further ado, here we go. That's all, folks. Thank you, guys.
All right, good job. And then you want to stop sharing your screen so that your picture can come up bigger? We can maybe feel, I mean, I feel bad because you just see a large room of us, but
You all look
hopefully,
great. It's a pleasure to still feel like I'm a part of this.
yeah, glad that you could join us. So you're based out of Florida currently?
I am indeed, yeah.
Awesome. Well, we obviously, as you know, are in the South Atlanta metro area, so we're about 40 minutes from Atlanta Tech Village. And if you ever do make it up this way, we hope you'll come down and join us. We'd love to meet you in person. I have to kick things off by asking what we as your community can do for you. You definitely did a good job of utilizing your last few minutes there to explain what the types of people that you're looking for to reach out to you and what for. Do you want to just kind of reiterate what we could do in our immediate future to help you the most?
Yeah, so first things first, I am open to discussing any kind of networking or any kind of strategic partnerships for any other startups or just corporations. And in conjunction with that, as alluded to earlier, we are among our pre-seed round and we are open to negotiating investment terms. And last of all, for anyone who's interested in learning more about the Universal Network or just wants to become a part of the Universal Network, you can get firsthand access by signing up on our waitlist at poolrides.com.
Okay. So with that question out of the way, I have to, I don't know if I'm representing anybody else in the room, but I have to ask. I have to say, I don't quite get it. So the video at the end, I think really dummied it down and summarized everything that you're kind of doing. But as a whole big picture, because you're mentioning brands that I am familiar with, like Uber and Lyft, and I guess the gig economy is definitely something I'm well aware of and take advantage of. I guess I just don't understand the SMS piece and how it makes it different than those apps or any of the other apps. And then you add this whole other layer, and I get payment through crypto, even though I don't think it's widely adopted yet. We're probably heading there. But then like there's an NFT marketplace in the app, and I don't really, it feels like you're doing a lot. So if you could dummy it down into like the simplest terms, could you explain to me what you're really trying to accomplish here?
Yeah, well, first things first, I do appreciate you bringing that to my attention. I do definitely understand how you could get that understanding from the presentation. First thing that I want to mention in regards to the presentation is that so as far as like all of the complementary layers, like things like the crypto transacting and like the pool care and pool events, those are things that are going to be added on later into the platform. The overall vision of the platform is to aggregate all aspects of everyday life into a one-stop platform that allows for everyone to be able to seamlessly intertwine all of the things, whether it be servicing or networking in their daily life. And then as far as your misinterpretation of SMS, so with SMS, that basically adds like a matchmaking component, transfer management or just the servicing aspect of the platform. So you can use SMS to instantly get connected with whether it be a place or a point of interest or a person that best matches you based on your profile. SMS is completely made up of AI. And basically with SMS, you'll type in your request and our AI system will find a matching query that is the most compatible based off of your profile, as well as all of the prompts you selected. So think of it as a much more comprehensive and robust search engine. And then like how that intertwines with ride sharing, or excuse me, just the gig economy side of things. So one of the biggest issues that we found with ride sharing and things that people have voiced with what they want to see different about the gig economy and just transportation as a whole is that there's not really too much there's not too much personalization, and SMS enables personalization to be a reality within those sectors.
Can you, I don't want to monopolize with all these questions, but could you give us a real life example of how, say, you would use it? What would you be searching for and what type of service provider would respond and how would that transaction go down? Can you take us through that?
Yeah, so I think an ideal use case of using SMS would probably be if you're to use InstaTransit, for example. You can use SMS to be able to find a transportation provider that best matches your interests on your profile. So one thing I didn't really mention too much in the presentation is that each user creates a profile that displays their interests, their hobbies, and just thinks about them. So with SMS, it allows you to be able to get matched with other users who are going to have compatibility in the things that you listed on your profile, as well as people who can accommodate all the things that you set up in your request. So let's just say, for example, you were to book a ride with InstaTransit, and you selected on your InstaTransit ride that you wanted to listen to X type of music, and you wanted to have your windows down, or you just wanted to have a certain setting within the temperature of the ride. SMS would allow you to get matched with transportation providers and transporters who can accommodate what you're looking for, as well as are just best matching to you. And then just like in the service provider thing, it's pretty similar in the sense that like if you're just looking for merchants or services as a whole, you can request things like, so as like the best thing I could use to allow you guys to grasp the nuance it has and the novelty it has from search is when you're using Google and you want to search for a specific service provider or just something in general. The basis of what they provide you is just contingent on the words you type in. With SMS, you're getting prompts, intuitive prompts that like ask you, okay, if you want to look for this service provider, what conditions is it going to have? Like, is it going to be a service provider that offers this or that? Is it a service provider that has these ratings? Is it a service provider that can accommodate X, Y, and Z? So it allows for a lot more of a seamless experience in finding something that you're looking for. And it typically is just going to give you your best match based on, of course, not just what you set up, but it's going to take into account your profile as well.
I'm getting a much clearer picture of what this experience would be like. If my only big suggestion for you is to think about your presentation in a way that you can illustrate that for people. I think that the slides that you showed were very busy and had a lot of information, because I do think that you're trying to take on something that is very big, but at its basic core, you've got to hook me onto something that I think is going to be extremely valuable, right? And I happen to love those AI chatbots where they prompt you, what's your issue regarding today? And it gives you 4 options plus other, and then you put in one of those 4 and it prompts you to choose the next level, right? I love that experience much more than trying to pick up the phone to hit prompts on the phone. Like, to me, it's much more interactive and fun, and I can see it. I don't have to go back and listen to the menu all over again, right? So I like that experience. I like that you're taking pieces of my profile that I have pre-filled out to help identify what's important to me. I'm thinking of numerous other things that could be better at that. So that, we talked recently, I switched from HelloFresh to Hungry Root. And the reason I did that is because HelloFresh wouldn't let me filter my search results based on my dietary restrictions. But with Hungry Root, when I filled out my profile and said that I'm gluten-free and dairy-free, now I do not see items available to me on their app that have gluten or dairy. Like, it makes my whole search experience so much easier. So I made that switch full-fledged. I've been a customer of HelloFresh for 12 years. So, I think I definitely like what you're trying to accomplish. I just think that you're presenting it in a very complex way because it is complex and you're probably really deep in it, right? But there's got to be a surface level elevator pitch that, 6 minutes, and we're not keeping time because you're our only presenter today. So we have till the hour to just keep talking. But, in a normal 1 million cups environment, you only get 6 minutes to pitch, right? Or sorry, to present. You're not typically supposed to pitch. So I don't know. I feel like I'm monopolizing here. I'd love to get everybody else's feedback. Am I the oddball? Did everybody else get it?
I think every question you're asking is what I'm thinking too. So yeah, having you explain it on a more basic level is really helpful. It's like Jason said, I feel like I was trying to read every section on that one slide that was kind of like the phase 1 or 2. I'm trying to figure out, okay, what all does this do? So yeah, that was really helpful.
So what's the business economic model for pool? If you're paying 100% commitment and you're looking for Class B or going into Class C investors, what's in it for me as an investor?
That's a great question. So with us, the way it works is all of the transactions are actually between user to user. It's a peer-to-peer platform. So we have no involvement in the transactions. The way we net our revenue is quite lucrative. So we net our revenue from leveraging premium access to our platform as an independent vendor, which allows you to be able to retain that 100% commission. So to all of our transporters and service providers, they basically pay us a monthly subscription to be able to have that autonomy, to be able to operate as a universal network service provider. And the other side of things, as well as how we net our revenue, is this is later down the line, but we are going to offer a VIP access medium of our platform that'll extend to consumers and organizations and allow for the organization side of things. The solutions basically allow for them to manage their organization, on the their staff, as well as to be able to have priority Insta-Transit. And similarly, it'll extend to consumers, but rather than allowing them to manage their organization, they have the ability to create their own decentralized social group. And in that decentralized social group, they can use SMS to be able to filter out having certain people access it, as well as with it, they can net their own revenue their own way, kind of like Patreon.
That's another feature that I think you need to explain simply, but even just by saying peer-to-peer, you might throw people off to not really understanding what that means. But I think that's a huge differentiator between you and everybody else. Again, to Amanda's point, that slide where you showed it was a lot and we really wanted to read it. I can't even say a lot of it even made sense, but that comparison right away, we're peer-to-peer, the others put their hands in the pockets, right? I'm you said it just in different ways. That makes things a lot clearer and also answers that question a little bit better, right? I mean, 100% gets paid to the service provider. So where do you make money, right? We're all going to want to know that, even if you're not asking for investments. That's great. Anybody else? Right?
So yeah,
Please.
yeah, I keep jumping in. So you're focused on transportation currently. I'm passionate about being able to help entrepreneurs be more effective in their businesses, particularly being able to focus on profitability rather than income. And so, how do I connect Fruit Pool with your providers or with others who are accessing the network? And is that third or fourth step down in the process for you? You're going to start on transportation and then you're going to expand out? Or is there a way for me to be able to be involved with you today as you continue to build this? I have clients in South Africa, Mexico, Canada, as well as the US. And so, yeah, so I'll stop talking. Thanks.
Yeah, so I mean, if you are interested in providing value as far as connecting us with accommodating providers or just helping us expand our profitability, I'm definitely open to having those discussions. But as far as to your point about how we're going to go about this scaling wise, it's definitely going to be very gradual. We definitely want to begin off with transportation providers and just like a small amount of merchants. And then as we progress gradually, then yes, we are going to begin intertwining a lot more merchants, but it's more so just going to be contingent on our periodic success.
Got it. I heard everything you said. Thank you.
Of course.
I have a question. What's the name? How did you get the name Pool Rides? How did you come up with that? And
So Pool Rides is actually a little bit of a wordplay. So typically, well, the company started off as just an alternative to Uber and Lyft. And just what's Uber and Lyft about? Not ride sharing per se, carpooling. So that's where we got the pool aspect of it. And then we just added rides because at that point, like ride sharing was the central point of the company.
And what's your marketing plan as of right now?
So our marketing plan right now is we definitely want to continue to just build off of our momentum and acquiring users, getting interested for it. At the moment, our biggest focus is just preparing ourselves for our market launch. So we definitely want to continue in just attacking our market by a multitude of ways. So one of the most effective ways is with partnerships. In conjunction to that, we want to continue in offering content that is geared toward our target user basis as well.
What's your launch date, I guess?
Our launch date is undetermined at the moment. It's really solely focused off of whenever we're able to close our pre-seed round, because even though our MVP is almost fully developed, there's still like some financing woes that we're going to have to tackle that we wouldn't be able to launch until those ends are tied.
How much are you looking for in your pre-seed round?
500,000.
How much do you have?
We haven't raised to date.
Okay.
I don't know that I have any other questions. I mean, I can continue down a list and probably a rabbit hole of additional comments from just, I mean, I'm a web developer. That's what we do here with World Digital Marketing Agency. So from a marketing perspective and from a design perspective, I've got just lots of comments, but I understand where you are in the process, and I understand that you're looking to grow gradually. It doesn't make sense to, keep going back to the drawing board to like do it all over again to get to where you want to be. But I just, I was confused about the name also, because it seems like you're really doing much more than just creating a carpool ride share app, right? There's so much more in there. I feel like you might want to consider a name that's more general to accommodate all the things that you're trying to do.
Yeah, that I 100% agree. That's actually why it's not legally we're not Pool, but the new name of the company is just Pool. It's just at the time of applying for this, we were still under the umbrella of being Pool Rides. But yeah, definitely. Once the company just started, once we like matured from being a ride sharing alternative to the universal network, that's kind of when I knew like we have to have a name that encompasses that's more general to what we're doing. So yeah, we did land on Pool.
Jason, I'll offer something.
Please.
Isaiah, if you were going to go to a college and you were going to speak in a class as a guest speaker, what would that class be called?
Could you repeat the latter part of your question? I heard everything about like going to a college and speaking. I just didn't hear everything you said after that.
If you were going to go to a college and speak, what would the name of that class be? Like
What would the name of the
Yeah, if you're going to go speak at one college class, what's the title of that class?
So are you asking?
Like, is it marketing 101? Is it IT 101? Like, what would the class be?
Oh, okay. Well, if I were chosen to speak at a class, I'd probably do startup development.
Okay.
So I'm not quite, I know it's not too prevalent for universities to be like that granular and having startup as a part of their business curriculum, but I do know there's like quite a bit of universities that have things like that nowadays. So
I got
if they don't
I got some experience in that, and let me just give you an idea, and that'll be my contribution to the conversation. I knocked on 4,000 doors when I first got started building my business, and I spoke at some university classes. Calling all of the colleges within driving distance of where you live and asking to speak to the department heads and offering to just come and be a guest speaker. Not only are you going to get people to sign up for your platform, but it's going to be an incredible networking for you. And then you can actually film your talk, and then you can start sending it to colleges that are a little bit outside your driving distance. And you could probably hit up every single college in Florida before this. You know, it would be very achievable for you to hit up a lot of colleges in Florida that would be glad to have you come and speak, as long as they understand that, you know, you're not asking for payment, because that'd be the only thing that they're concerned. They're going to ask, are you going to be looking for pay when you finish? And really it's just for you to get your name out there and do some networking. I never really had a college not be interested in having me come and speak. So when I tell you that I knocked on 4,000 doors, the reason why I'm saying that is because you can do that, and it is achievable, because I did it. And I'm just letting you know, like, that right there, getting young people that understand what you're saying and they're excited about the metaverse, networking with them will really pay off for you long term. It might not be a short term win, but like in a 3 to 5 year journey, it's really going to be a wonderful experience for you in various ways.
Good advice.
Yeah, that's
It's a
great.
wonderful suggestion. I really appreciate it. That's definitely a route that I'm more than happy to explore. So yeah, thanks again for suggesting that.
It will also help you be able to craft your presentation and lay that groundwork, like you mentioned, was really key, because that's who your client base is going to be, and they're going to be enthusiastic anyway.
Yeah.
And so going to an enthusiastic audience that's open to new ideas and trying new things is easier than selling investors.
Indeed, I 100% agree there as well.
Isaiah, when you become a thought leader and you've got colleges interested in you and all your networking, I just can tell you right now, you will probably never need investors. And when it's over, you're going to be glad you never brought investors on, because what they're going to want to do is they're going to start telling you what to do eventually, and you will not want that. Like, and I'm not talking about the short term. I know the money sounds good short term, but long term, when you kind of become successful on your own because you went after your target audience over a long period of time, you're going to wish those investors were never involved.
You're gonna start losing control of your company, the one that you started and you were the brain of it.
Yeah, did you hear what she said? She said you'll start losing control of the company, and she's right.
Investing in the government.
Yeah.
But he's saying like, not only are you going to be doing great networking, but you'll become a thought leader and people will see you as an authority on this subject. And I know it's hard to, I'm a little bit older than you, but I just know that it's really hard to think long-term, but you're going to have to think long-term on this.
Then a lot of those colleges, when you go to the universities, they're incubators, so they will give you grants, okay? In order for you to keep on moving with your company.
I think that's a phenomenal suggestion. Just to your point about emerging as a thought leader, especially amongst like my generation, that's something that has always been really appealing to me. And I think exploring the routes of just going college to college could definitely be one of the best ways I could go about that. And definitely, I mean, I'm very, very, very restrictive on just the type of investors that I want for this company. I obviously, no matter how much due diligence I do on those investors, that's not going to dictate exactly what they may do in my situation, but I do try to be very, very secure in the type of investors that I reach out to and that I will allow to be an investor in the company.
It's great, Isaiah. I don't know if anybody else has anything, but I really do applaud you for having the courage to share with us today. I know as a presenter myself, it can be nerve-wracking. You definitely are a great speaker. You have great confidence. I think you absolutely will take this somewhere. I think everybody's ideas of getting out and practicing it more in different types of environments will help you hone your message down to make it a lot clearer for people to understand earlier on. With that, wish you the best of luck. You're hopefully when you come up to the Atlanta area, you can get back in touch with us. You're welcome to join us here every Wednesday from 9 to 10. And as a presenter, you're welcome to reapply to present in a year to let us know where you're at. We'd love to follow up with you.
Thanks again. This truly was a pleasure, and I really, really appreciate you guys being as constructive as you guys were. I'm definitely going to take into account and do a lot of dissecting everything that was told to me. And once again, I definitely hope to stay in touch with you guys. And yeah, if I'm in the Atlanta area, you guys will be one of the first people, if not the first people I reach out to.
Great. All right, man. Take care. Best of luck.
Likewise. Thank you, guys.
Okay.